Hey, Carly, are you there? Don't tell me that you're still feeling sick.
Hi, Jack. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really just don't feel well at all. So, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to make you any breakfast this morning.
I really can't believe you sometimes. I don't care if you're puking. I don't get what that would prevent you from doing any housework.
Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean. It's not like I haven't been doing any work. I'm just pregnant, and I really don't feel good at all.
That's fine, but it's not like being pregnant means that you're sick or something.
No, it doesn't. But it messes with your body a lot, and can make you feel really lousy.
Well, it's still not like a disease or anything. If it was really that bad, then no one would ever do it. But people have been getting pregnant long before medicine was even invented. So it really can't be as bad as you're saying.
Jack, you really have no idea how I feel. Even just the slightest smell can set me off. And yes, I know that being pregnant is different than being sick, but I really don't think my body can tell the difference right now.
Well, there's a woman in my office named Linda, and she's pregnant and still shows up to work every single day.
But that isn't fair to compare me to someone else. Pregnancy affects everyone differently.
Well, if it's really that bad, then why don't you just go see a doctor and get some medicine?
I really don't think that I should be taking medicine in my condition.
Why do you always have to make such a big deal over everything like this? I don't think I've ever seen another pregnant person complain as much about being pregnant as you have.
Well, I am sure that there are others in the world whose pregnancies make them feel awful as I do. I mean, I even found some similar stories to mine when I was searching up my symptoms online. Besides, just how many pregnant women have you ever really known in your life, Jack?
Look, I'm just saying that when I see a pregnant woman walking around or whatever, I just know that I could do that if it were me. Just like walking around with a big backpack on your chest, basically.
Are you sure you're not getting all of this from just watching your coworker Linda? Because I'm sure that if you asked her, she would tell you that it's a lot more difficult than that.
I don't know about that. I mean, if it really were that bad, then she wouldn't be able to hide how much discomfort she was at work. I really think that you're just trying to take advantage of being pregnant. You always use it as an excuse to sleep in late and not get out of bed.
I'm not trying to sleep in or anything like that on purpose.
Look, I'm just saying I'd really like it if you tried to at least motivate yourself a bit more to do things. The least you could do is try to take better care of the house.
But I do work. I work really hard every day around the house. It's just that there are times when it gets to be too hard for me to keep working, and I need to rest.
Yeah. Well, could you at least try to complain about it a little less when you're around me? Just can't stand all the whining and complaining. It really drives me crazy.
Well, I'm really sorry to have been bothering you, Jack.
Great, then I guess I can count on you to have dinner ready for me when I get back home tonight, right? We don't need to be going to the store and wasting any money.
But we don't have any kind of meat that I could use for that in the house.
Okay, fine, then go to the store and get that at least. You're lucky you still have some time before the evening. This dinner better be good.
Jack, it really isn't a matter of giving it time before I feel better. It's just going to be like this until I give birth.
I told you that I want to eat something fried dinner, and I want you to make it. No more arguing, got it? Hey, Carly, make sure the house is absolutely spotless before I get home, okay? You've been really slacking on keeping up with your housework lately.
Jack, I really don't think that I'm going to be able to do that today. I feel so woozy that I can't even stand up. I think I'm just going to have to take a rest today.
You kidding me? Just how late are you going to be sleeping? Do you think that you can just lounge around and not have to worry about doing any kind of work ever? It feels like you hardly do anything while I'm away at work. Why am I having to come back to do dirty rooms, dirty laundry, and dirty dishes? Don't you have any pride as someone who lives here at all?
Jack, I really am sorry, but if it bothers you that much, then maybe you could help me to keep the house a little tidier. I promise that I'll have dinner ready for you, but anything more than that sounds like so much right now.
So, not only do I have to go to work and make all the money, but now you're gonna make me clean the house too? No, taking care of that kind of stuff is your job, not mine.
And I promise that I'll get back to doing all of that as soon as I feel better. But I just really don't think I'm going to be able to do that right now.
I can't believe you. You really are pathetic, you know that? All you ever do is make up excuses so that you can laze around the house. It really just makes me sick. Even just looking at you upsets me.
You know that I'm not doing this because I'm lazy. I'm doing this because I feel awful. I know for a fact that I've already talked to you about what it's like to be pregnant. I thought that as my husband, you would be a little more eager to support me through this.
So now you're gonna try and spin this back on me. I'm the one who's most bothered by this. I mean, if a wife can't even do the bare minimum, then what good is she at all? Unless you thought that you could get away with being a lazy, good-for-nothing housewife by getting pregnant.
How can you say that?
Well, it's hard to see this as anything else, the way you're complaining. I mean, I thought that morning sickness was only supposed to happen at the start of a pregnancy, but you're still always complaining about feeling ill. How do I know you're not pretending to be sick?
Of course I'm not doing anything like that. What are you talking about?
I think you're just pretending so that I'll feel bad for you. It's honestly just pathetic.
You can't really think that I'm doing something like that, right?
What I think is that when I get home, the whole place better be spotless and dinner better be on the table. I don't want to hear any more excuses or I'm sorry, just get it done. Now, I have to think about some things, so don't bother me.
What kind of things do you have to think about?
I have to think about if I can really stand living with you for much longer. To be honest, I don't really feel like being with a woman who can't take care of herself. You either need to earn your keep or we're through. You have no idea how badly I wanted to throw you out the house at times. I've seen it left the same way it was when I went to work that morning. Carly, I thought you were feeling bad. Why aren't you at home? And why is the house still a mess? Why has nothing been done at all since I left? I knew that you were lying about your pregnancy making you feel bad.
If you're asking about Carly, I'm afraid that she's in the hospital.
What? The hospital?
That's right. She was having some worry about her pregnancy and called me so that I could take her to the hospital. Now my dad and I are on our way to beat you up, so brace yourself.
Wait, what the heck? Just who am I talking to right now, huh?
This would be your mother, Jack.
Mom? Is it my room? I don't get it. What's going on here?
That's right, Jack, your mom. And I'm the one who wants to know what's going on. By the time we got to your house, Carly was collapsed on the floor and could hardly move.
I didn't know that. She never told me that happened.
Well, you told her to leave you alone, didn't you?
Well, sure, but if she was going to the hospital, then obviously I'd want to know about that.
You do realize that you're the one who pushed your wife into this state, right? She told me all about how you've been treating her at home and the things you've been messaging her. It's all your fault that she's in the hospital.
But I didn't even do anything to her. That's not fair.
You didn't do anything to her? Because from what I can tell, she complained to you several times about feeling ill, and yet you continue to insist that she take care of the house.
But I just thought she was over-exaggerating things, is all.
And that's why you forced your pregnant wife to work around the house all the time. Is that the best excuse you can come up with?
But the pregnant lady at my work still shows up to do her job.
Well, pregnancy affects different people in different ways, Jack. Besides, just because it looked like she's able to work like everyone else, doesn't mean that you know how she's feeling internally.
But she's still able to keep her composure in front of everyone.
That's because she's in an office where she is paid to be professional. But you were just trying to make your wife do all of this as if it was a matter of course. Is Carly your wife or your employee?
Of course she's not my employee, Mom.
Well, I sure couldn't tell that just from looking. Instead, all you did was get upset when Carly would tell you that she wasn't feeling well. Your wife is open about how she's feeling with you, and you just take it to mean she's complaining.
Well, that's because I go to work every single day. I'm busy and tired and feel bad all the time.
Of course you do. Nobody likes going to work. But just whose child do you think it is that Carly is pregnant with, huh? You realize that that's your kid inside of her that she's taking care of, right?
I know that, Mom. I always want to put it in there. I know how babies work.
You clearly don't know anything. If you really did, you wouldn't have been acting like this. Did you know that Carly has been losing weight? The doctors think it's really negatively impacting the pregnancy.
But she's just losing weight from the morning sickness, right?
You do realize that most women struggle to keep weight off during a pregnancy, right? Although Carly was vomiting so much that the doctors found she was severely dehydrated. In a worst-case scenario, this could have really affected the fetus.
Wait, really? I didn't know any of that.
Well, you put not only your wife, but your unborn child in serious danger. I don't think that it can ever forgive you for what you've done, and your father feels the same way. That's why we're headed over to your house right now. We are going to beat you black and blue.
Wait, you can't! I'll go and see Carly in the hospital right now!
She said that she doesn't want you coming anywhere near her. And we intend to make sure she has her wish come true. You are not going to even pass a message along to her. You're just going to have to live with what you've done.
Hey, Carly. I just wanted to let you know that I'm off work. I was wondering if I could visit you in the hospital on the way home. I haven't seen you in so long.
That is going to be a no. I don't want to see you right now, Jack.
I know, my mum and dad came over and really laid into me. But now I finally understand how hard it is to be pregnant. My mum told me all about how horrible it was for her while she was pregnant with me.
Well, I'm glad that you learned something from all of this.
That's right, I really did. And I promise that I'm going to treat you much better from here on out. By the way, do you know when you're going to be getting out of the hospital? I'll take care of all the housework, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
I'm afraid that I won't be coming home to you ever again.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sure that your mom told you, right? I want to get a divorce.
Well, she told me that, but you only said that in the passion of the moment, right? You were just upset having to go to the hospital, and that's why you said that, right?
No, I meant what I said when I said it, and I still do.
But it's already been a week! Surely you've forgotten me by now?
And why do you think I would have? I've been pregnant for months, and you haven't shown a shed of sympathy for me. I really just can't see myself living with you any longer.
But I'm telling you that I've changed. And I'm so sorry for all the horrible things that I said before. I've just been a stupid man who didn't know what he was talking about.
It's not just about the pregnancy. It's the fact that I felt like I could go to you with these issues and instead you just used them against me. I even tried explaining to you just how hard it was to be pregnant, but you weren't having a word of it.
I know, Carly, and I really am sorry about that. I should have been more understanding. You're literally about to bring a life into the world, and that's no small feat, and I realize that now.
Well, I'm glad you do, but it's far too late to change my mind about this now. You've already done too much to hurt me.
Please don't be like that, Carly. I thought that we were gonna raise this kid together. You're not gonna try and do it on your own, are you?
I've already thought about that before I thought to divorce you. It won't be easy, but I'm ready to raise this child on my own.
But what about me? I'm still that baby's father.
I don't need my baby to have a father if he's only going to cause trouble. Besides, I've already talked to my work and explained to them that I'd like to come back after I have this child. They wanted me back so badly that they agreed to give me a raise that should cover the expenses for the both of us.
Please, Carly, you have to believe that I've changed. I really only want to be there for you and our baby from now on. Please don't leave me like this.
I thought you told me that if I didn't do my fair share of the work, that you would have no problem kicking me to the curb, remember?
I never said that, but I didn't really mean it.
So then you were just saying it to threaten me into doing what you wanted?
It's not like that either!
I'm so sure that it's not. All you did was belittle my complaints and make me feel like a baby. Not to mention the fact that you still made me do all of this work while I was pregnant. Do you really think that I could raise a kid with someone who thinks like that? I can't see you ever having the patience to be a good father to our child.
Don't say things like that, Carly.
If you think things are hard now, wait until our baby is born. We'd be losing sleep, having to take it to the doctor all the time, and I just can't really see myself counting on you for anything.
But I promise I've changed. I'll be there for you and the baby from here on out. Won't you believe me? I really have changed.
Maybe you really have changed, and you are a different person now. But that doesn't change the fact of what I went through while being with you, and I still carry those scars and the hurt inside of me. I don't owe you a second chance after how you treated me.
Please, Carly, I'm so sorry for everything.
Apologize all you want, I'm still not going to forgive you. In fact, once I leave the hospital, I'm going to hire a lawyer to help with the divorce.
Please don't do this, Carly. I really do want this kid with you. I promise to raise it right. You can't just leave me like this.
I'm not walking away from you, Jack. You've only now realized how far you've pushed me away, and it's too late to undo that now. You could have been there when I needed you most, and you weren't.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to do without you.
After I left the hospital, I stayed true to my word and found a good divorce lawyer who helped with the whole process. Jack was kicking and screaming the whole time, but with the help of his parents, he finally came around and signed the divorce papers. To be honest, I was rather surprised at how strong Jack's reaction to me divorcing him was. I really didn't think that he even loved me all that much by the time I was hospitalized. I didn't expect him to fight the divorce so much. I even heard he was so upset that he had to take a break from working. Meanwhile, I began to feel much better now that I was out of such a stressful environment, and even managed to go back to work for a few months before I gave birth. Now, I'm taking maternity leave and receiving child support checks from Jack. I still keep in touch with his parents, but I told them that I don't want to hear any news about how Jack is doing at all, and they respect that. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hello, Mom. Lunch is ready in the kitchen. You don't have to wait for me. Yes, I'm having lunch right now, but what is this soup? It's so salty, I don't think I can finish it. And the main dish. I thought I was eating pet food. I'm sorry. Haley, if I keep eating what you cook for me, I'll get high blood pressure. Or are you trying to make me sick on purpose? Of course not. You hate me so much that you're trying to kill me without realizing? No, why would I hate you? You're lying. A devil in disguise. What a terrible daughter-in-law. This is why I never wanted my son to marry you. I'll be careful next time. I'm very sorry. You've been married for more than 6 years, but you still can't cook properly. You're not trying your best because your husband is on a business trip. I bet you don't even want to cook for your mother-in-law. No, I never thought so. And your kid is really annoying me. She's so noisy, it's impossible for me to take a nap. I've been telling you to take her outside to play when I'm at home. I'm sorry, but it's been chilly for the past few days because of the bad weather. My daughter refuses to go out. Just kick her out of the house. You're spoiling her too much. But it's really cold outside. Many of her friends at her preschool are catching a cold because of the cold weather. You're worrying too much. When I was a child, I used to play outside even during a snowstorm. The cold should not stop kids from going outside. I'm ashamed of your daughter. Like mother, like daughter. I'll tell her to be quiet when playing inside the house. She's becoming like you, Haley. Me? I don't know. She has your flat nose. Everyone in the family has a prominent nose except for you two. You both look like a pig. How embarrassing. If only she looked like my son. But she's still your granddaughter. She won't be my only grandchild anymore. No longer my only grandchild. What do you mean? Helen got pregnant. My husband's sister? After many years of fertility treatments, she finally got pregnant. She told me she was in her second trimester. I'm glad to hear that. She always wanted a baby. And she's having a son. I prefer having a grandson. I think they look adorable. Why? It's obvious. By the way, Helen is coming home to give birth in her hometown. She's going to use the spare room in our house. Make sure to clean it up before she gets here, okay? Are you talking about the room that's filled up with stuff we rarely use? Get all the stuff out of the room and clean it up, and don't leave a single speck of dust behind. We can't let my pregnant daughter sleep in a filthy room. There's still some time before she comes back, but there's a lot of things to get ready for, so be prepared. All right. Should we also change the wallpapers and floor tiles as well? It's gonna require some reconstruction. How about we renovate the whole house before she gets home? Isn't it a wonderful idea? Renovate the whole house? I hope she can move into our house with my grandson. Huh? If she moves in, I'll be able to see my beloved daughter and my lovely grandson every day. It will be so nice to see him grow up. If we're really renovating the house, which company should we contact? Can you do some research about it and negotiate for an affordable price? Make it as cheap as possible. Am I in charge of the research? What? Are you complaining? We allowed you to live in this house. Can't you do something in return? Okay. I'm so excited to meet my grandson. Good morning, Haley. Have you heard from Mom about me getting pregnant? I'm finally having a baby. Yes, she told me the other day. Congratulations! I heard you were coming back home. To be honest, Mom forced me to. I didn't want to cause any trouble. I thought you might feel uncomfortable as well. But Mom never listens to what I say. Don't worry about us, Helen. I heard your husband is busy with work. You'll be tired if you have to do everything alone while you're pregnant. I bet you can relax better at your parents' house. And that's true. My husband works as a paramedic, so he's busy all the time. I heard that there's not enough workers. I bet they're really busy. How's my brother? Is he doing okay? Is he on his business trips as always? Yep, he's always in another country. So you're alone in the house with your mother-in-law? I bet you're stressed out. No, I'm fine. Mom has been very kind to me. If you have any complaints, just tell her, okay? Don't follow all her orders. You have the right to say no. I hope I have the courage to say no. My family has a strong personality, so you have to start expressing your own opinions. They'll try to do everything their own way. Mom really has a strong personality, doesn't she? And now your pregnant sister-in-law is coming home. I guess you're in a stressful situation more than ever. No, I'm okay. Really? I would have left a long time ago if I was you. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Helen. My daughter's also really excited to take care of the baby. Really? She's so adorable. Did she turn 5 this year? She's a big girl. Yeah, she's 5 years old. She said she's going to take care of your baby like her real brother. I'll be relying on you guys then. We'd love to help, Helen. It's been 5 years since I took care of a baby, so I'm actually really excited. But I'm guessing Mom would want to do everything for the baby and wouldn't allow us to even touch her grandson. Is she that excited? She said she hoped you would move in. Really? She must be kidding. She's already living with her cute granddaughter. Helen, I think she's serious about it. Where is the new bed for my daughter? It's arriving tomorrow. What? It's not here yet? I'm sorry, it's taking a while to arrive. It's been delayed because of the snowstorm. You should have bought it earlier. What do you think you're doing? I was planning to let her sleep in a brand new bed because her due date is coming up. I had so many things to do. I'm sorry. What things? After she came back home, I have more housework to do. It shouldn't be much. But I have to prepare a different meal for her because she's pregnant, and also her room. You told me to clean her room perfectly every day. What's wrong with asking you to clean my pregnant daughter's room? I also have to look after my child. I can't just spend the whole day doing housework. I'm not a helper, Mom. Are you complaining? After she came home, you keep prioritizing her all the time. It's as if she's giving birth to your first grandchild. My daughter is also your grandchild. I think you're treating her unfairly. Oh, really? So you're complaining to me? I'm just asking you to treat my daughter better. I'm asking for fairness. Shut up. Stop giving me orders. How about you just leave the house then? My real daughter is going to give birth to my lovely grandson, so I no longer need you and your daughter in my house. Huh? You're outside shopping with your daughter now, aren't you? I'll lock the door so that you can't come in. You're free to go anywhere you like. Wait a minute, it's a snowstorm outside. Are you locking us out in this weather? You can't do this to us. It's none of my business. How about you find a cave for shelter? I'll rescue you when spring comes. Please, don't do this to us. I'm sorry if I offended you. Could you at least let my daughter stay inside? Please, I'm begging you. It's too late to say sorry now. I hope your daughter becomes quiet after experiencing the cold. You'll be able to discipline your child. How can you say that? She could die in this weather. Then find a hotel. How about you get a divorce with my son as well? Then I'll finally be able to live with just my real family members. Mom, what have you done? You're still complaining? How annoying. My real daughter is giving birth to my grandson, so I no longer need you in my house. You're useless. I hope you get involved in an accident and disappear from my life. Understand? How can I ever understand? How can you do this, you old hag? Did you just call me a hag? How rude. I'm never ever forgiving you, bitch. You haven't realized yet? I'm Helen. Helen? Huh? Why? What are you texting me? I'm with Haley right now. She's trying to warm up in a cafe. I thought you were taking a nap in your room. I went for a walk and ended up going shopping, but it started snowing, so I hopped on a taxi to get home. And on my way home, I saw Haley shivering in the snowstorm with her daughter. Mom, you locked them out, didn't you? She was being rude to me, so I was teaching her a lesson. You should have just left them there. I bet you're freezing. Come back home and have a warm bath. I'm not going home. I'm going back to my own house. What? Your due date is just next week. You could give birth any time. We can't change hospitals now. Haley told me how horribly you've been treating her. You've been bullying her since she moved in. How can you do this to your son's wife? How would you feel if I was treated like this by my husband's mother? I would never tolerate that. Then why could you do the same to your daughter-in-law? You're terrible, Mom. I never knew you were like this. Calm down, Helen. You are losing your calm because you're pregnant. Let's calm down and talk about it together, okay? My pregnancy doesn't matter. If I wasn't pregnant, I would have punched you in the face. It's my responsibility to discipline my daughter-in-law. Discipline? Locking her out during a snowstorm? You should never do something like that. You're a killer, Mom. You planned a murder. I planned on letting her in after she endured the cold for a while. You're lying. They were ice cold when I met them. If I didn't pick them up, they might have lost their lives in this snowstorm. Are you aware of how terrible you are? It's not like we're in the mountains. They wouldn't have lost their lives. Then how about you try walking in this snowstorm? I doubt you can even walk straight with the snow blocking your vision. Okay, I'll apologize to them. If Haley forgives me, stop complaining, okay? If she ever forgives you, I have nothing to say. Hello? It's me, Haley. Oh, Haley, I'm sorry I locked you out. I never knew the snowstorm was this bad. Forgive me, Haley. No, I won't forgive you. What? We almost died in this snowstorm. Why would I forgive you with a simple apology that lacks sincerity? I'm being sincere. I'm giving you a proper apology. You just want to avoid Helen getting angry at you. I don't think you can call it a proper apology. What do you want from me? I don't need anything. You don't have to apologize. I don't think I can ever forgive you. You're really stubborn and narrow-minded. You should forgive me. I apologized. You're not being sincere at all. Helen is shocked with your attitude. She said she'll never allow you to meet her son. Wait a second. That doesn't make any sense. Why? Why can't I meet my grandson? I'm his grandma. It's up to Helen. Let me talk to Helen about this. She's calling my husband, so she's not available right now. She's telling him what happened. And she also told me to move out as soon as possible. Is everyone trying to leave me? I'm moving out like you wanted me to, and my husband is coming with me. Helen is furious and decided not to visit your house ever again. My son was the one who wanted to live with me. I don't think he will ever agree to move out. No, he clearly told me that he'll be moving out with me. I can't believe it! My husband never knew that I was being treated horribly by his mother. I didn't want him to worry, so I chose not to tell him. But I regret not telling him earlier about it. Are you leaving me alone in this house? I thought you liked a quiet environment. You can take a nap as much as you want and cook anything you want to eat. I'm happy how everything turned out. I can finally live with my real family without any disturbance. The first thing Helen did was to scold my husband for failing to protect his wife. I tried to convince her that he wasn't to be blamed, but she never listened. She thought that the reason why he didn't realize the horrible treatment by his mother was because he wasn't interested in his family enough. When she pointed that out, my husband seemed really shocked. He then apologized to me about not being able to protect me, and we decided to move out of his parents' house. As Helen decided, she never visited her mother's house nor allowed her to meet her son. As soon as she gave birth in her hometown, she left instantly and went back to her own house. I bet her mother was really shocked about it. After half a year passed, she came to visit us in our new home. She apologized repeatedly, crying floods of tears and begging for forgiveness. But my husband asked her to leave, and she sadly went back home in the pouring rain. I wonder if she'll ever get to meet her grandson. Maybe she'll never be able to.